What if the sun suddenly went out? Not forever. Not for a year. Just for 24 hours. No light. No heat. No warning. Today, we're diving into one of the most terrifying scenarios imaginable. What if the sun went out for 24 hours? It begins like any other day. Morning light spills through windows. Cities wake up. Coffee brews. Children get ready for school. No one knows they are seeing the last sunrise for the next 24 hours. 8 minutes later, the time it takes sunlight to reach Earth, everything changes. The sky doesn't fade. It doesn't dim slowly. It shuts off. Day becomes night in a heartbeat. Streetlights flicker on. Cars slam on their brakes. Airplanes switch to emergency mode. Millions of people look up in utter confusion as the sun simply vanishes. Stars explode into view across the sky, brighter and more brilliant than ever before. The moon glows like a spotlight over a world that suddenly feels very small and vulnerable. Natural clock of life breaks instantly. Animals panic. Birds, disoriented, crash into buildings. Nocturnal predators emerge in the middle of bustling cities. Humanity realizes something terrifying. The sun didn't just give us light, it gave us order. Within the first hour, the temperature begins to fall, not gently, rapidly. By hour 6, much of the planet is already below freezing. By hour 12, temperatures have dropped further than any natural winter ever recorded in history. The consequences are immediate and catastrophic. Photosynthesis stops. Plants begin to die, their cells freezing and shattering. Crops freeze solid in the fields. Entire ecosystems go into shock. The oceans, vast reservoirs of heat, start losing their energy to the cold void of space. Storm systems collapse as the atmospheric engine grinds to a halt. Winds howl as massive pressure systems tear themselves apart. The Earth is bleeding energy into space, and there is no fire big enough, no furnace powerful enough to replace the sun. Our modern world, built on the backbone of technology, starts to fail. Solar power dies instantly. A predictable but devastating first casualty. Without the constant stream of solar radiation, satellites begin to drift. Their orbits decaying, GPS becomes unreliable, communication networks weaken. Strained by the chaos and the failing infrastructure, power grids overload as heating systems are pushed far beyond their limits, a desperate attempt to fight off the encroaching cold. Inevitably, blackouts spread across entire continents, plunging city after city into an even deeper darkness. In the cold and the dark, our once mighty cities become fragile, isolated islands. And panic, a cold and primal fear, begins to follow. How does humanity respond? In countless different ways. Some people pray, seeking comfort and faith. Some riot, their fear turning to anger and desperation. But many just gather with their loved ones, huddle together for warmth, and wait. Governments issue emergency broadcasts. Their message is a mix of authority and quiet desperation. Stay indoors. Conserve heat. This is temporary, but no one knows why it's happening. Is this an attack? A natural phenomenon? An act of God? Scientists scramble for answers, their best minds working against a terrifying clock. Telescopes, both on Earth and in space, show the impossible. The sun is still there. It's still a raging ball of nuclear fusion, burning as brightly as ever, but something is blocking its energy, or cutting us off from it entirely. Is it a Dyson sphere, a cosmic cloud, an unknown force? The uncertainty is almost worse than the darkness itself. By hour 18, the planet is unrecognizable. In many regions, temperatures have plummeted by more than 40 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 22 degrees Celsius. Most exposed humans cannot survive outside for more than a few minutes. Ice spreads across lakes and rivers, locking them in a glassy prison. Infrastructure, not built for such extreme cold, begins to crack and fail. Wildfires are replaced by the bizarre phenomenon of flash freezing. The atmosphere itself begins to shrink, contracting from the cold. The air grows denser. At high altitudes, breathing becomes harder. Earth feels less like home, and more like a dead, drifting planet. For the first time in history, humanity understands a profound and humbling truth. We do not live on Earth. We live in the sun's warmth, We are its children, utterly dependent on its light. Our 23. Hope is fading. The longest night in history is nearing its end, one way or another. By now, entire species are gone, unable to adapt. Millions of people have already died from the cold, from accidents born of darkness, and from the ensuing chaos. The survivors wait in a cold, heavy silence, the world holding its breath. Then, without warning, a faint glow appears on the horizon. The sun turns back on. Its return is not met with celebration. It's met with shock. The aftermath is violent. Ice melts with explosive speed. Floods of ice-cold water surge through frozen cities. The atmosphere, heating unevenly, convulses. Storms of unimaginable power explode into existence. The world doesn't simply reset, lurches back to life. But the light is back, the warmth returns, and Earth survives. Barely. One day without the sun didn't end the planet, but it rewrote humanity forever, because after surviving total darkness, we would never look at daylight the same way again. Every sunrise would feel like an act of mercy. Every warm morning would feel borrowed. If the sun disappeared for just one day, everything we take for granted would almost vanish with it. So tell me, after surviving a world without sunlight, what would you appreciate most when it returned? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe for more mind-blowing stories.